nice sunset breeze, and I got the code 1 up. This episode is part 2 out of 3 episodes from my 2,500 nautical miles non-stop sail from Port Vila, Vanuatu to Samlaki, Indonesia. A challenging sail through the cyclone zone during cyclone season. Some say it's crazy, some even say it's impossible. I'm gonna explain a little bit more about my strategy and why and how and the choices and decisions I make. And now I'm gonna take you with me through the most critical point of this entire passage, the Torres Strait during cyclone season.
This is Border Force 11, back to listening watch on channel 16, out.
Join me as I'm sailing around the world on Be Free, a Bavaria 55 cruiser. I'm now in the Coral Sea and getting closer to my last exit point if needed. This is also the most critical part of this passage, where I will have the shortest time in weather predictions from where the cyclone forms. Still, even this is a truth with modifications. The biggest difference between Southwest Pacific and the Caribbean is the distance from where a disturbance can be discovered and the time it takes to cross the Atlantic. In most cases, paying a little attention to what's going on outside of Africa can give you 10 to 14 days heads up, making cyclone sailing much easier without too much knowledge. I'm basically sailing through the hotspot right now. Still, it's not as insane as it might look at first glance. And even when this showed up, I still have some options. But after some research, I even believe this is incorrect predictions, and I will explain more shortly. A cyclone just don't pop up from nowhere, not even here. The predictions, if only focusing on where I am, is pretty accurate for the next 3 days. If there's any surprise, I've basically not paid enough attention to the bigger picture. And even if this later turns out to be correct, I can sail north if needed as part of my strategy in my exit points. I'm using a much bigger picture even outside this frame, giving me a larger scale time-wise as a bonus. If there was any indication of westerly winds and even light breeze from east-northeast, I would look different at this prediction. And even the Cape Index is too low to match this picture. Meaning, based on the obvious, the ocean temperature is the only ingredients present. My conclusion is the risk is only 20%. Most likely, in reality, zero risk next 10 days. There is some other layers and factors I'm using as well. My point is, only 3 years ago, the very limited image via iridium would not be sufficient for what I'm doing now. The game changer I've talked about earlier is what modern technology brings in terms of broadening your picture and even access to more tools. For now it's really challenged. It's barely enough wind to keep the sails hanging, so we'll see. I tried to save my diesel. I have a lot of diesel with me because if you are planning on sailing during cyclone season, one thing is for sure, your engine must be reliable and you need a lot of fuel. Because wind dies, and if you have to run, your engine is your only solution. has been my configuration 24/3. So the 3 last days I've been having this code 1 out, and it's been okay. I mean, it's not been fast, but now unfortunately the wind is gone, and then I have a lot of noise, as you can see. So I'm not moving because it's no wind, and I think it's time to take down the sail and maybe just drift and wait for the wind, because I cannot have the sails like this. Yeah, I could start up the engine also, but it doesn't matter. I'm in no rush. Look at this, it's so beautiful. And just as expected, this potential cyclone just disappeared, meaning I will continue onward as planned. This shows the benefits of looking at weather in a greater perspective, something I could not do before Starlink while sailing. Another great news is the breeze I'm hoping for is coming, and as wind dies out, this incoming breeze will not only change the dominant wind direction, it will shoot me through the Torres Strait like a rocket. Sailing outside the conversation zone is such a beautiful experience. My batteries are full due to all the sunshine out here, and as a big contrast for most of this year being in the South Pacific conversation zone. This, however, also means it's getting extremely hot running downwind, so a jibe makes my big code 1 double as a shade for me as well, making it easier to get some sleep. The main reason for jibing my way instead of running flat downwind is Be Free without a spinnaker pole has an increased no-go zone running downwind. She's a typical modern design with back-swept spreaders, limiting how much I can sheet out my head sail before it touches the spreaders. This angle is also more compatible with a gennaker like my Code 1, and jibing my way gives much higher speed. So this I've been waiting for the last 2 days. It's a light breeze, it will be slightly better even, and hopefully this will continue and help me to push me through the Torres Strait. So it's almost unreal to be flying 7.58 knots after so many days. Around 2.5 to 3 knots, it feels like I'm flying. It's really good. So I just jibed to have now the right angle, and I'm pointing towards the outer route. That's the first shipping lane that points towards the entrance of the Torres Strait. Now that's a heavily regulated zone. It's international waterways, but still under Australian jurisdiction. So I also expect to have a flyby from border control, and also it will be probably quite a lot of ships. So I've been resting a lot, trying to build up energy and be on top of it. So Today I'm going down below. I'm gonna make some nice dinner before the sunset and also prepare some meals for the Torres Strait. So I'm gonna have some nice lunch ready and also a dinner or two ready, because it might be busy and it also might be a little bit tiring. So one of the challenges is of course the tidal currents and waves, and it's like basically like entering atolls. Here the tidal current at its max is around 4 knots, so it's not totally crazy. But if you got 4 knots against you and some wind, the waves can pick up, and also quite a resistance against you. So, but hopefully the wind direction looks perfect, so I'm really lucky.
Thank you very much for responding today. Just some routine questions. What is your last port of call and your next intended port of call? Over.
So my last port of call is Port Vila, Vanuatu, and my intended port is SwT in Indonesia.
Copied Port Villa for Samlaki, and confirm your vessel's port of registry is Tonsberg, Norway. Over.
That's correct. Over.
Copied all. Many thanks. That's all the information that we require. Wishing you a pleasant onward journey. This is Border Force 11. Back to listening watch on channel 16. Out.
Man, it's been a beautiful day. Not a single cloud. Now it's starting to come because it's getting closer to afternoon, but it's been absolutely amazing, and I had quite good speed today, so I made good progress. The only thing is a bit challenging. It's when I'm trying to sleep and get some rest. It's a lot of wind change and constantly adjusting the sail, and I need to take advantage of the nice wind, nice breeze, and hopefully this will help me through the Torres Strait. I just left the Pandora passage behind me, and I'm on my way to Bilge passage, Blind passage. Yeah. So look at this. I'm soon gonna take a power nap again, because I think the Torres Strait is gonna be a little bit not challenging, but I need to be on my alert. I don't know, it's supposed to be a little bit busy. It's a shipping lane, but I haven't seen a single ship so far in this. I'm already in the shipping lane, so I'm a bit surprised. Anyway, I'm gonna go down below and make a mix and make a new bread for tomorrow and some snack for tonight. So I bake, taking my bread baking to the next level, experimenting a lot, and I'm quite happy with it. So wow, that was actually noise on the VHF, first time in 17 days. The color of the ocean is a little bit lighter here. It's like changed color, but it's natural. I'm on pretty shallow water now, and it's gonna be even more shallow. So I left from 1000 meters, and now I have only 56 meters under my. So I'll have a lot of the Torres Strait during night. I was hoping to get a glimpse of Papua New Guinea, because I'm pretty close to that, but I guess it will be after sunset. So yeah, it's quite interesting, this Torres Strait. It's like a labyrinth, and you really need to zoom down on the map to see what's going on. And it's pretty well marked channel, and it's also very well marked in the map, so it's no worries. But it's tidals, and strong currents at some points. So I've been studying this, but this changed from day to day, so I need to check with the updates. Also, there is a VHF channel where they repeat the tidal and current information, so I'm gonna keep that on as well. So yeah, but what a beautiful sail. This is just nuts. I think it's quite impressive that I still have some fresh vegetables on board after 18 days at sea. But it's starting to run low now. But it makes nice meals like this. This is amazing. If I manage to keep this speed over the night, I will cut away 3 days. So yeah, this looks good. But it's a lot of power in this sail. During sunset it's a little bit gusty, so I have to pay a little attention now as it's a little bit more wind, because yeah, as I said, it's a lot of power. So, but this looks good. But this is so beautiful. It's like now it's starting to look like sailing again. Well, I mean, I don't complain. It's been really beautiful. The sunset and the sunrise been more beautiful than others, and full moon, and what an epic sail so far. But the slowest in my history, I think. But this is beautiful. It's totally amazing. And I mean, what's better than being out here during Christmas and New Year's Eve? And I mean, I was like, one of my friends, he was, at least you don't have to listen to Last Christmas for 1,385 times. It's true. It's no Christmas songs, nothing, because why do you need Christmas songs out here? No filters. This is actually how it looks like. Even with my eyes, it looks like this. It's no filters, nothing. It's just crazy. Man, I never seen such crazy sunset before. On the other side I see lightning, which is to be expected. I'm in the zone where it's a lot of thunderstorms, and this region is actually where the tropical cyclones are born, that comes this direction. So yeah, I'm lucky to have a very nice window now for my passage. I had a net over the antenna and over the panels because I had like a bird colony here. There were a lot of bird poo on the panels, which is not so good for charging the batteries. So now I just stand here to scare them away from using this as a platform. I mean, they can rest on my boat, okay, it's a lot of poo, I can wash it away, but not on my solar panels. And they are really not scared. I mean, I try to just Tell them not here, anywhere else, not here. They don't care, they don't listen. And they are not afraid of me. They should. I'm running low on meat, so they should be careful. Can end up on the barbecue. I actually have still a lot in my freezer. So peaceful and beautiful, and it looks almost abandoned. I was expecting to see some ships, but it's nothing. It's no one here. And this beautiful island with this amazing beach, yeah, looks totally abandoned as well. But look at this weather, man. What more could I wish for? And it's so shallow. Here is 22 meters. It's a little bit weird after being sailing for so many days in really deep waters in the Pacific Ocean and then Coral Sea, and now here in the Torres Strait it's so shallow. It's almost like sailing in Bahamas. And also the water color is changed. I would expect it to be more light blue, given the fact it's just 22 meters. So I'm excited to come to even more shallow water. It's gonna be down to 12-14 meters. So maybe if it's clear enough I can see the seafloor. We'll see, because it's so quiet. And Papua New Guinea is down there, and this way is Australia. Actually, that's not correct. In front of me is Australia. Behind me is Papua New Guinea. It's like an endless version of the San Blas. Man, this is beautiful. This is a region I wish I could explore more. Looks like the definition of Paradise Islands. Only thing I've seen on this passage so far is one helicopter and one airplane. Both come so low and inspected my boat, and then they of course hailed me on the VHF. I mean, they are really good at their border control here, that's for sure. They are not so good in coordinating things. I'm a bit surprised because why do I have to leave the same information twice to the same organization? It's the border defense control, whatever. So yeah, they should get their shit together. I mean, if I already have announced my reason for sailing through here, the boat name, my name, the registration of the boat, and my previous port and my intended next port, to repeat that all over again to another aircraft sounds and feels a little bit weird. They should have like a database with exchange info, like, okay, this vessel we have checked. So yeah, that's potential for improving. But anyway, on the other side, it's good to know that they know about me and that they know I'm here. It's for safety reasons, it's good. I'm not complaining. Coconut Island. They were very friendly and very polite, so I have nothing to complain about. I mean, it's the job, and Australia take their border control very seriously. I think it's among the nations that's the most strict border control routines and systems and stuff. So yeah. Nice sunset breeze, and I got the code 1 up. So B3 is flying into the sunset now. Suddenly it popped up a tugboat on my AIS, and it's behind me and was catching up. But once I did a turn now around following the fairway and I hoist my gen anchor, it was goodbye tugboat. I guess they are scratching their head and what's going on? Wasn't that a sailboat? We are flying. Just have to sail as fast as I can because I have a very narrow window, weather window. That's to go through the most challenging part, but also once I'm on the other side, I need the wind to push me quite a distance out in the Arafura Sea before the wind comes down, and there is also some riptides and currents and stuff there as well, so I really need to move. But this is so nice after I think 18 days now. 17 of those very slow, so yeah, it's nice to feel bee free stretching out her legs and start running again. This is amazing. It's a lot of power in that sail. So I'm doing 9 knots. And the tugboat is doing 9 also. And he was catching up, and now he can't catch up. Well, maybe if they step on it, but I'm pretty sure they're wondering what was going on now. I expect some gusting winds, so I took in the Genoker and back to normal Genoa, because this is going to be a little bit windy, I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna bring some wind in less than an hour. So better take down the power sail while it's still light.
Nardana tide is 1.07 meters. Nardana stream is east going at 0.6 knots.
It's New Year's Eve and I'm basically flying. Finally got some wind. This is, it feels almost a little bit, I don't know. It's shallow water and I'm going 8.5 knots right now, and that's because I have also 2.5 knots of currents with me. So I timed it well, a little bit luck also, and then received a lot of wind. So this is nothing but a gift from above. The Torres Strait is pretty interesting. It's I wouldn't say challenging, but it's, you have to time it a little bit with currents. So we'll see later when I get closer to the end. And it's a long passage with a lot of reefs. And I was, one of the surprises so far is I was expecting to see more ships. I haven't seen a single ship for days. And now I'm in Torres Strait. I was expecting it to be quite busy here, but no, I haven't seen any.
Booby Island tide is 1.87 meters. Goods Island tide is 1.58 meters.
But yeah, as you can see, it goes pretty good. You can't see anything, but it goes very well. I have at the moment 18 knots of wind, and I do 8.1 knots, and I have 2.3 knots currents. That's a lot. It's a new year in a new ocean, even entering a new continent, as I'm this morning cruising into the Arafura Sea. What a way to start the new year, knowing the entire Pacific is behind me after more than 10,000 nautical miles last year. Now it's new adventures and possibilities waiting to be explored, experienced and discovered. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Make sure to hit that notification bell not to miss the next chapters in this adventure. A special thanks to all my patrons that makes it possible for me to upload these videos. Much love from me on Be Free.